Hello, Virgo. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Virgo is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. These readings are totally free. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Virgo, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. Okay, Eight of Cups. You may be going through a period of time right now. You're a person with discipline. I think you like routine. I think that you like sort of the good habits. You like the predictability of life sometimes. You like to kind of know what you're doing and how you're doing it and who you're doing it with. You like to plan. You probably have like a schedule, like a calendar, that's all kind of planned out. I think you like to book things ahead of time and all this stuff. I feel like right now you're getting a little, bored maybe with the tedium of things. Sometimes the Eight of Cups is like, I just feel like the excitement's draining away. It's just kind of like, it's almost like the sand in the hourglass just keeps flowing. And it's like, I want to do something different. Kind of have this impulse, like I'm feeling a need to kind of do something out of the ordinary. Yeah. I feel like you're ready for something exciting to happen. You're ready for an event. You're ready for something different, It's kind of like, when we have too many routine days, I wake up, I do my exercises, my prayers, my meditations, I go to work, I do a good thing at work, I cook food, I do some art, I play some music, I play with my pets, my plants, my people. And then I read and I go to bed and I wake up and I do it again. And it's like the good days, right? It's like you got a good routine going. But sometimes we just want like something different to happen. It's just like, and I think that's why we like watching like reality TV type stuff, because it's like those people are behaving ways that we would probably never choose for our lives. Yeah. Kind of a guilty pleasure for a lot of us, those reality shows. But sometimes we just sort of crave like a little excitement. I want something to happen, It doesn't really matter what. I just want something to pull me out of the routine a little bit. And, we need to take a look at that, okay? Let's put some more cards on the table. We've got the Lover's card. We've got the Fool card, makes sense. You got the Devil card. The Ace of Wands, yeah, the Fool's got an idea for some fun, for some excitement. And we've got the Star card. So this is a time for you where you can incorporate something new and exciting. You might have to make something exciting happen. You know what I'm saying? Here we have another Earth energy, right? We've got the Devil card, we got the Prince of Pentacles, you got the Queen of Pentacles. I was going to say more Pentacles, but it's a Four of Swords. And, okay. We have the Libra energy. Now, I'm going to ring the bell on this Queen because this is your Virgo superpower card. This is the Virgo energy in action. Okay? This is kind of like, this is what you're good at. You're good at establishing a healthy routine and sticking with it. You understand that, you understand karma. You understand that you are who you are today because of all of those good habits, those good routines, all the work that you did yesterday. Created who you are right now, right? In a way, the Queen of Pentacles sort of represents your future self. And it's kind of like you're looking at your future self and you're thinking, what am I going to really be happy to tell my kids or my grandkids or my great-grandkids? What's the story I want to tell in my life? Is it going to be a short story? You know what, I had this routine of life and I did it for, 100 years and it was very good. I was very successful. The end. Or is it going to be, yeah, I had this kind of normal life and I was living, had all these good habits, good routines, and then I went on an adventure. Then we took a vacation. Then I got lost somewhere. Then, then I met somebody and there was this whole thing that like we want to have an exciting story. We want to live a life that they would base a movie on, little Jim Morrison reference there. And so I feel like this is us realizing that, I'm gonna have regrets when I'm older, if I don't have some good stories to tell, it's gonna be more exciting. We're gonna be more satisfied with our lives if we would have taken some risks, gone on the adventure, bought yourself that big thing, spent the money on the vacation, or went on the quest, the journey, or had the relationships, took a chance on all these other things, or took the risk, had the idea, had the inspiration, and then did something with it. Because I think you've got the desire, you've got the inspiration. I think we're making the decision to do the thing. Yeah. I think a very big change is happening inside of you. And it's up to you whether or not you're going to allow this fool feeling that you got in here. If you're going to let it, come out. If you're going to let the fool come out to play, right? Because that's what the fool wants to do. The fool wants to jump around and dance and have fun and play and take risks and not worry about yesterday, not worry about tomorrow. Just do something exciting, do something out of the ordinary, something spontaneous, something improvisational, I think that's what your life needs right now. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it down right here with Mr. Tao, the yin-yang duck, right there. Whoops, right there on top. And everybody wants to dance today. And we're not going to look at that card until the very end, okay? It will tie everything together now. Where's that fool? Okay, got the fool back. Stay put. We're going to look at that card later, all right? It's going to tie everything together, and it's going to give us the confirmation that we need. If you have a prediction, put it down in the comments, okay? Now, Spirit's telling me that you work from home or you want to work from home, or there's something about you like spending a lot of time at the house. I don't know if that's like where you make your money, or like I kind of feel like there's like a remote kind of worker vibe with you, yeah? And I think when you have that kind of remote worker vibe, you have to have a lot of discipline. You've got to really be like an independent self-starter. You got to be able to work with like minimal supervision, I was a remote worker for a while, and I guess I am now too. And it really takes discipline. It takes a lot of commitment. It takes your ability to manage yourself. Yeah, to manage yourself. So let's look around the room. We have major, 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 major. A lot of major arcana energies. Big energy shift for you. Okay, big changes, big energy shift. We have fire. We've got water. We've got air. And you've got earth. You have a balance in your internal elements, and you have this inspiration from Spirit right now. You've got all of the elements in perfect balance. And it's kind of like when things are in balance, when everything's in balance, you can't really hear it. It's like you think of your washing machine when the load is balanced, and it's relatively quiet. When it starts banging around and stuff, then you say, uh-oh, my clothes are out of balance, right? When things are so balanced that you can't really hear them moving, it just kind of becomes like, we become numb to it almost. Something that's too rhythmic sort of puts us asleep. It's the highway hypnosis. And we don't really realize that we're moving. We don't feel like we're doing anything. We don't feel alive. We start to feel the Eight of Cups, like the grain, the sand in the hourglass is just keeps flowing through, and we're just staring at it. And pretty soon, 20 years go by. And it's the same thing with, when you're driving a car. If the road is too smooth, too flat, your tires are good, it's quiet, the windows are up, it's silent, and you're just going straight, it doesn't even really feel like you're moving. It's only in the speeding up or the slowing down or the turning or the bumps where we realize, oh, hey, I'm alive and I'm moving around through the universe. And I think that's kind of what we are craving right now. We need something. It's like we just want to like step on the gas or hit the brakes or like turn the wheel or something, you know? I mean, don't do those things recklessly, you know? And I think that's the idea here. We want to do that, but we also don't want to derail our life right now. You know, you're considering your future self very much. Okay. So the Lover's card could this be a kind of a monotony in your romantic relationship? This could be a feeling of tedium and monotony, and very simply put, a little bit of boredom in whatever we've committed to. Okay? You're feeling bored, but you've made a promise. You've committed to this thing. And you're not going to jeopardize this. This was something that you chose to get involved with, that you understand. It's for your future. It's something important to you. You want to do it. You have a commitment. You've married yourself to something. And this doesn't have to be a romance. This is just your path. You've committed to this path. You've made a promise to yourself or to another person. You made a promise to your future self, right? So you're making good choices for yourself, for your life, for your future. You're trying to get to your best life. You're trying to be your best self, all that good stuff. You're on a spiritual path. Okay. Spirit's saying that the month of October is significant to you. I don't know what the connection is between October and Paris, France. Either you're planning something toward in the fall. If you're going over there to Europe, I think that might be fun. Especially, Paris in the fall. It sounds nice to me, actually. I'm not sure if those two things are connected, but there's the October reference, and Spirit's telling me something about Paris. Okay. The commitment that you have is saying that, look, this is what's important to me, and this is, even though it's boring and kind of tedious or it's monotonous right now, and I'm just kind of feel like I'm just kind of waiting out the clock, there's this desire to have some sort of inspiration. Like I want to be maybe this is like a routine job, I'm going through the motions every day. I want something. I want to be inspired. Maybe you're an artist. And maybe this is the feeling like it's just the same thing. It's becoming too routine. It's becoming too repetitive. Because the 8 is all about the repetition of something, right? And this is kind of saying like it's been repeating so much that I don't even feel it anymore. You know what I mean? It's kind of like when we become kind of numb to something. And it may have started out as something very, very fun and very exciting. And we had all of this, maybe with its devil energy back here, we had all this enthusiasm. You began this thing with gusto. This is a cardinal earth energy, the devil card, right? This is you just kind of rushing up the mountain with a lot of excitement, enthusiasm, perseverance. It was motivated, right, to do this new thing. I didn't mean to swap those cards. The devil energy is the motivation that we had at the beginning. But now it's like we've been doing it so long that we're kind of numb to it. Yeah, that doesn't feel the same anymore. Okay? It's kind of like when you eat the same food so often that it doesn't taste the same. It doesn't taste like anything anymore. You're kind of wearing out the taste buds, That's how you know you've overdone it. So it's, we're realizing that. We're realizing that things have been the same for so long now that I'm not feeling this anymore. So how do we get that fire back? How do we get that enthusiasm back? How do we wake up? How do we get really excited to live our life again? It's kind of like we're just dragging ourselves out of bed now. We're just, we're forcing ourselves to do it out of sheer habit, which is kind of what we get down here with the Prince of Pentacles. Let's talk about the Fool and the Ace of Wands. The Fool is this childlike desire. Again, you kind of have it within you. It's chilling in here that's saying, let's go do something. It's like you want to just go on an adventure. You want to like have a cheat day. You want to like cut school. You want to play hooky from work and just do something different, do something fun, do something exciting. Of course, the Fool is very often a fool. You're trying to have a little bit of discernment and discipline and wisdom that says, I can't just get up and leave my job. I can't just walk out of my life and go, be a hermit on a mountain somewhere or go have some, crazy adventure somewhere in Europe or whatever, right? So I can't just do everything that like an inconsiderate person might do because I got responsibilities, man. Like I got things that rely on me. I got a job, I got bills, I got et cetera, right? So how do we reconcile this, right? This fool is in here and wants to do something, wants to play, wants to dance, wants to be spontaneous, doesn't want to be tied down, doesn't want to have a routine, doesn't want to have a job, doesn't want to have responsibilities. But you do, right? So we're searching for balance. We need to have a balance here because you care about your life. You care about the things you're doing, and you know that you're doing it because your life is improving and these are healthy habits and healthy routines, even though we're not quite feeling it. Right? What we're looking for is the inspiration, the idea. What can we do to add a little bit of excitement into our life right now? What can we plan to do in a way that is going to be responsible? It's kind of like, how do you plan for spontaneity? You have to schedule in a time for the fool to just go and be a fool, right? And honestly, sometimes that's what you have to do. When you're raising a kid just wants to go outside and play. I don't want to go to school. I want to play. There's snow outside. Let's just play, right? Sorry, no, we got to go to school. What do? We compromise. We try to form an agreement. We try to have a conversation that says, look, you got to go to school. But after school, the snow will still be there. We can play in the snow. But first school, then play. So we do have to schedule it in. And then during that time that we've scheduled in and we play, you play. And you let that kid play and you don't give them any kind of responsibility other than just go outside and have fun. Just do what it does. Let's just play. Right? Maybe we're going to go sledding down the hill or something. So it may be that we have to schedule it in, right? And I think that if we can allow ourselves, if we can incorporate a little bit of something else, a little bit of spontaneity or something unusual, something out of the ordinary, it will light our fire again. It will get us excited, and it may just be like, go have a day where you just kind of wander around, and just see what happens. Let the day unfold before you. But give yourself that opportunity, because otherwise, what will happen is our unconscious will sabotage our life in order to create something. There will be that mischievous energy. Now, I think the mystery card might be a Tower card, might be the Magician, the Trickster, might be the Devil card again. Because what will happen is our unconscious mind or these other archetypes will activate, and they will give us a flat tire in the car, or we'll do something at work that's going to like shake things up. We'll rock the boat intentionally, just so we can feel some movement. We will sabotage ourselves. We will spread a little bit of gossip just to see how people react. We'll do something that's going to set off some kind of event because we're bored. Right, and kids do this very obviously. Adults do it too. We just aren't as aware of it usually, right? So we have to have a way to bring this kind of thing into our. Maybe we do need to plan a weekend getaway. Maybe we need to plan an adventure somewhere, right? If this is your relationship, maybe there is something that you can do to add a little bit more fire into your life. This is the only fire we got right now. The devil energy is implying that the fire was there, but now the fire is kind of burned out in the routine of things, though we're still committed. we're still following our destiny. We're still doing what we need to do. We're still responsible people, But we want this fire back. We want this spark that's going to spread to every other dimension of our life and really give us, give us some. It's kind of like you've been eating the same food and you're just going to throw some chili peppers in the pot just for the heck of it, just to see what happens, So we have to figure out what some of these things are that we can do. Okay. Now the star card in the future position here. This card's all about fulfilling your true nature, who you are and why you're here. Okay. Are you here to just routinely build up yourself and your best life? Right? Does it feel like your path right now is just one of, you're sort of in service to something else? And I think in a way we do, and we need to be. We are in service to something else, but does it feel as if something is missing? Does it have that feeling like I'm in service to my future self, my best life, and I have these goals and I have these responsibilities, but is that all I'm good for? Because that's kind of the feeling. Like, is that all I'm good for? It almost feels like you're just a tool or a resource, And maybe we're talking from an ego consciousness point of view. And maybe we should be sometimes. The ego deserves to have an experience as well, right? Otherwise, the ego, in its cunning and subtlety, is going to invoke that trickster magician that's going to sabotage something. I wanted to see something happen, the way kids used to put a little firecracker in the toilet or something at school because it's boring here. Let's create some excitement, right? We don't want to get to that point. But sometimes there's that part of us that says, life should be more than this. I want to have stories to tell my kids when I'm old, And so we realize that our true path, our true destiny has to incorporate every part of us. It's not just your job or your family or your business or whatever this is. It's not just your true self, like your ego, your thinking, your feeling needs to be fulfilled as well. Okay, sometimes the ego does need gratification. And the ego can take gratification from knowing that it's doing a good job creating the future and directing the life in the right direction. Yes, that's wonderful and it feels good. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes the ego gets a little bored and is going to start straying, right? Unless we do something about it. Unless we throw a bone to the ego, and give it something to do because it's part of us too. It's part of our being. And if we're feeling that 8 of Cups and we're feeling like, is this all life is? Is this all I'm good for? Is this the only reason I'm here? If we're feeling this, okay, then that is an indication that yes, we must decide on something to do to reward ourselves, reward the ego, to get some spontaneity. Let's plan the vacation. Let's schedule a day off, and then on that day off, we just decide, let's go to the arcade, or you know what I mean. Let's go do something crazy. Let's go do something we've never done before. Let's just spice up life a little. But we're doing it in a controlled way, to where the ego will be satisfied and feel appreciated and feel loved and feel that it had a chance to sort of unwind and let loose. But we'll still be on the right track in life. We're not gonna be destroying anything that we've built. We don't want the tower moment, right? I'll take an Ace of Wands so I don't get a tower moment. Now, Path of the Serpent, we got the Prince of Pentacles, of course. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. These readings are totally free. Okay. I feel like we're trying to wake up. Like sometimes this Prince of Pentacles is just dull. It's just mindless, just numb, just doing the work, grinding away at life. But it's like there's no brightness, there's no fire, there's no zest, So I feel like Spirit's telling you to incorporate some fire into your life. Do some things that are going to light light a fire. Like maybe it's literally like light candles, like really eat some spicy food, like do some things that are that are warming and that are fiery and that are spicy, in order to kind of, I don't know, it's kind of a sympathetic magic, I guess, in a way. In order to sort of harness some of that energy, right? Like find an animal that you kind of look at as being a very fiery kind of animal, like a lion or a tiger or something, right? And sort of invoke that symbolism or that imagery, or take on that form of that lion or that tiger, or whatever you associate with fire, right? Because things are getting a little bit, this again, kind of monotonous. We've had our nose to the grindstone for a long, long time, and things have gotten routine. And this is someone that needs to get up and really just like stretch and needs to run. Maybe you do some sprinting. Maybe you do some high-intensity interval training or something, right? It's not about long and slow movements, right? The suggestion here is faster, more high intensity, more fire energy, more activity. Higher repetitions, even if it's a lower weight. Okay? It's not about a slow marathon. It's about sprinting. It's like getting your heart rate up, getting the sweat going. And so maybe it's literally that. Maybe you're changing up your workout routine. Maybe you're changing up the way that you're doing things. Maybe you need to pay some money, go to a racetrack, and they'll let you drive a car really, really fast. Do it on a professional track, pay the money, and go, and you wear the helmet and everything, and you can drive fast. Because I feel that there is a kind of a need for speed. But this is your general energy right now, and this is very committed. This is someone that's reliable, shows up every day. You've probably never taken a sick day. You've probably never used your vacation time. Now's the time. You got to use it. Okay, you got to treat yourself. Do something that gets your heart racing. Yeah. Now you're in your environment. You are the Queen of Pentacles. I feel like you are responsible for a lot of people. I feel like you do take care of a lot of things, okay? And again, it's kind of this earth energy. It's kind of slow and steady, but very reliable, resource-driven kind of thing. What you're looking for now is frantic, spicy, not slow and deliberate, but just spontaneous. Yeah. So, think of ways that you can do something. You can have that kind of an outlet for something that's high intensity, something that's fast paced. Trying to think of more examples. But it depends on kind of what your nature is and what you like, the things that you enjoy doing. Okay. Maybe it's roller coasters. Maybe it's some adrenaline type of stuff. Okay. Maybe it really is just like, you're going to get on the treadmill and run faster. Or you're on the bicycle. You got to bicycle faster rather than slower but harder. Does that make sense? Because the resistance, at least that's what I do, the recumbent bike. You pedal really, really slow, but the resistance is really, really hard, Or you can pedal really, really fast, and it's easier, but it's faster, right? And I feel like that's what you are. I feel like that's going to really kind of wake up your body, get the oxygen flowing, get the blood flowing. Yeah. But you're a responsible person, so you're trying to incorporate things in a way that are going to be beneficial and not going to jeopardize the path that you're on, that are responsible. Okay, that's kind of a key word for this card right now, is the feeling of being responsible. I think you're responsible for others, you're responsible for yourself, you're making good decisions. The obstacle here is the Four of Swords. All of this sounds good, right? We've got fire, we've got major arcana, lots of major arcana. But the mind here, the air, is saying, nah. That sounds good, but no, I can't. Okay? This is a card that's saying we need to change our mind. We need to change the way we're thinking about things, because maybe this is you feeling like, you know what? No, this is my job. This is what I'm supposed to do. This is my path in life. This is my purpose. Okay? But if you're really feeling that Eight of Cups, you can't ignore it, because eventually it's going to become a tower moment. It's going to become a trickster kind of thing, So this is that part of us that is trying to not look at it, trying to not feel it. Okay? When you got an 8 of Cups, it's Spirit's way of saying you got to look there. That's what you need to pay attention to that. Because if you don't, it's going to bite your butt later. So we have to be open, and we have to change our way of doing things, change the way we're thinking, and it's kind of like get out of the routine that we're in. The 4, it's a 4, right? It's a routine. And it's a routine that's working, on paper it's working, visibly it's working in terms of progress, it's working, but you're feeling the effects of it. And if you want to keep doing this very healthy routine that you're doing, you've got to satisfy these other parts of you. You go and you have a blast this weekend. Monday morning, you're going to be refreshed and ready to work again. You know what I'm saying? So we have to be open to making some changes or to scheduling in a little bit of spontaneity. The final card is the Justice card, or adjustment. And it's a higher discernment. It's a balance. Okay, it's a balance. And I think that it is you making good decisions, you making responsible decisions, or really asking, okay, how can I incorporate these other things that I need in my life once I open up and recognize that, I feel this way, and it means I need some different things. How do I incorporate these things in a way that's going to be balanced? Kind of feels like we're rebalancing our lives a little bit. Maybe you're taking care of everybody else and they have all of this excitement and all of this free time, but what about you? So it might be a rebalancing, a restructuring of the times, of the schedules, of saying, look, Tuesdays, we're not going to do anything. Tuesdays, I'm going to take the afternoon. Tuesday afternoons are mine. And I'm going to go do something exciting. So I think that we're rebalancing our life in these little ways that are going to keep us on course. Okay? It's going to keep us on track, going to keep us moving toward our goals in life. We've got to rebalance things a little bit. Let's look at the mystery card. Well, obviously, good water energy, right? I don't want a tower. I don't want a magician. I want a 6 of Cups. I want a 9 of Cups. I want a 10 of Cups, something good. Maybe an ace. Maybe a 3 of Cups, too. Maybe a 2 of Cups. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. I think it's going to be water. Might be some fire energy, too, but definitely not a tower or a magician. I hope. Let's see. An Ace of Wands. Yeah, there we go. We got to light that fire. Right? We got to find the thing that's going to light our fire again. We got to be inspired. And to be inspired, we have to change up our routine. We have to challenge our habits. It may be something as simple as just like start tying your shoe, left shoe first. Brush your teeth with your opposite hand, that sort of thing. Take a different way home from work tomorrow. Find out where you're just sort of routinely moving into the next action, the next behavior in your life, and stop and say, wait a minute, I want to do something else today. You always put certain things into the stew pot. Be like, wait a minute, today I'm going to put some cayenne pepper in there. Today I'm going to put in some, different kind of vegetables. I'm going to go get some okra or something. Identify and just kind of, just at random moments, stop and think, what have I just been doing right now? What habit was running? What program in me was running? Was it a physical? I just realized that I've been shaking my leg under the table, right? So we just stop and we think, oh gosh, I've been doing that. I'm going to do something different now. I'm not going to shake my leg right now, and see how that changes your energy. It snaps us back into the present moment and is allowing us to make a higher discerning choice about what we want to do. When all these old programs just keep running, which are healthy, good programs for you, you're doing work, you're taking care of things, you're doing the laundry, all this stuff. We've got to rebalance things. We want to sort of shake up our lives a little. We want the laundry to go out of balance because then we pay attention to it. I'd forget all about the washing machine if it didn't once in a while go out of balance and then it starts banging around. So we want it to go out of balance so we can hear it and pay attention to it and look at it. And then we want to figure out how to rebalance it. So I feel like right now there's part of you that's saying, hey, look at me, please look at me. So we've got to stop. We've got to look. And then we've got to rebalance. And you have to find ways to interrupt your habits and your routines and find ways to do something that's a little bit outside of that routine just to shake things up. It shifts our perspective. It shifts our energy. It lights a fire in us. It inspires us. When the routines of life have become too routine, too mundane, too monotonous, too tedious. Yeah. We're going to do an extended reading. We're going to do an I Ching hexagram. We're going to do some oracle cards. There is a link up top. There is a link down below. New readings for Virgo Tuesdays and Saturdays. Be sure to watch both readings. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. These readings are free. Leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And Virgo, we're all in this together.